Welcome to the Table of Natural Healing, brought to you by our friends at Zydeco Naturals, where your hair, skin, and health is an investment, not an expense. And on this brand new series that we are about to embark on, I have with me none other than Dr. Tamisha Nash. And Dr. Nash, this episode series that we are about to begin, oh my God, it is intriguing. It is very interesting. It is heart-wrenching. It's like it brings you to the edge. Now, I'll say this to all of our viewers. If you have not had a chance to take a roller coaster ride, this is one that I guarantee you will leave you on the edge of your seat. And I'll just say as a warning, buckle your seatbelt, because this is, of course, a story, but it is true. It is factual. It is something that I guarantee you the average viewer would not want to bear or go through. Dr. Nash, you are involved right now in something that the majority of the world is not used to, ready for, or have what it takes to bear it. So, Dr. Nash, you have a new journey that you've embarked on. And of course, you are treating an individual at this time. If you could usher our viewers in to where we are about to go with this series.
Hi, TV audience or listening audience. This is Dr. Nash coming to you. I come across a lady a couple of months ago. She said she has Morgellons disease. Her name is Denise. And Denise called me with a heart-wrenching situation. She'll tell you the story in a few minutes after I expound on her for a little bit. So she has something called Morgellons disease. Morgellons disease, I've never heard of this. As a pharmacist, as a healthcare professional, I've never heard of this. So as I did my research and she was telling me about her situation and the symptoms and stuff that she was going through, I did some real deep research on this. So Morgellons disease is a disease where the doctors do not know where it comes from. All they know is that the patient comes to them saying that their skin is itching or they feel something burrowing in their skin, and it leaves an uncontrollable itch. And they try hydrocortisone, Claritin, Zyrtec, all the stuff over the counter, and nothing seems to give them relief from this itching. And it seemed like they're nocturnal animals or bugs, simply because they are more active at night. So they're nocturnal. Denise told me about her friend, about a friend of hers had told her about me about treating her condition. So Denise had told me her situation. I looked up the details on this disease, and her doctor told her that she was delusional. They didn't see anything, any bugs or anything. So she called me in hopes that she can get some relief. And to our belief today, she is doing like 80% better with her condition. So Denise, we're going to bring you in and tell America or the world about your story with about this Morgellons disease and these skin mites that have infected your life ever since February. And have you tried everything over the counter, prescription, and nothing has worked? You went to dermatologists, doctors, all kind of physicians to treat this, and you have gotten any relief from this. So, Ms. Denise, how did this all start? Well, first of all.
Yeah, so this started probably with a hotel stay. I stayed in a really nice, clean hotel. I'm a marathon runner, went out for an event, stayed in a hotel, felt like it may not have been the cleanest. This was during the pandemic, so things were still kind of on lockdown. Not a lot of people. Felt like something was crawling in the room. Didn't feel like the room was really clean, I felt. Probably I stayed over a weekend. Within probably 2 to 3 weeks, when I returned home, I started to feel things crawling on me. It was like I'd be asleep. And, initially you think bed bugs. You think, oh, there must be something in my carpet. There must be something on my bed. So I did the whole ritual of buying bed bug balms and treating rooms and asking my husband, is anything bothering you? Nothing was biting him, but I would literally feel stings and bites and crawling all through the night, sometimes during the day. Now, mind you, I was working at home. So every room I'd go into, I might sit for 5, 15 minutes and ting, a little bite. It'd be on my ankles, it'd be on my shoulders, it'd be on my neck. Then I would feel a lot of crawling in my hair. I have very thick natural hair. So I would constantly scratch my head. Oh, is this my imagination? After a while, I started seeing red marks on my skin. I would see a line, probably a 1.5 inch line that had these little dots in them. And thought that was unusual. Saw these blue spots, like a bruise, like you bump into something and you kind of bruise yourself. I see bruises on my arm. I see a bruise on my leg. I see bruises in different places on my body. It would kind of come and go. So there were just these subtle things that were happening to my body, and I couldn't figure out what it was because nothing like this has ever happened. Also, contributing factor, while this was kind of happening, I like to garden. So I was out in my garden with gloves on, goggles, kind of keeping me from the sun. And I think something bit me from the dirt. This was in conjunction with coming back from the hotel, feeling something's crawling on me, going outside, gardening for about an hour and a half, come back in, something's on my middle finger that looks almost like a little wart or a bite or something. Go to the dermatologist at this point now. Start with the dermatologist. Hey, something's crawling on me. There's a itchy feeling, showing them the little burrows and the red marks and things like that. And the dermatologist says, oh, I think that maybe some soap or something that you're using on your skin is creating an irritation on your skin. So they give me, cortisone, something like that. Come back, take that for a while, nothing helps. Go to a different dermatologist. Now, mind you, I have an autoimmune. A lot of people are not familiar with an autoimmune disease is. An autoimmune disease is when your body detects something foreign is happening and it will attack itself. It will basically turn on itself and start doing really strange things. So, second doctor that I went to is a dermatologist who specializes in autoimmunes because I'm thinking, okay, obviously it's something going on with my autoimmune. The doctor agrees. Yes, this is things that can happen with autoimmune, the blue spots, the itching, things like that. So then she starts to treat me with something topical, cortisone solutions, things like that, thinking, yes, it's some kind of skin irritation. Go through that treatment, still getting bites and nips. And at this point now, it's all through the day, all through the night. It's crazy because it's almost like I'm going nuts. I'm going crazy. I'm scratching. I'm seeing more. Literally, what I come to learn later on there are very, very tiny mites that are crawling all over my skin and they're burrowing my skin. They're laying eggs. They're laying larvae. The eggs every 2 to 3 days start to hatch. This thing happens over and over again until I am literally infested from my feet to my eyelids, my eyelashes, my hair. There are little bitty tiny mites that are living all over my body. They go into my nose, they're in my ears. They create ear infections because they lay eggs in my ears that then start to irritate the ear canal that starts to swell, and it is painful.
Be sure to join us once again on the Table of Natural Healing, where we'll be joined by our special guest, Miss Denise, where she will usher us through her story of Morgellons disease. See you next time.